Hello guys, hi. I'm here to do a quick video. I just got off of a Zoom and I'm really been busy, but I just seen a report coming from Begley, and I'm going to share it with you guys, and also another report coming from Bpearthwatch about the weather. And that's all I'm going to do, and I ain't going to add nothing at the end or anything. I'm just going to flash this before you guys where you'll know what's going on. I need your prayers for Afghanistan right now. We got a situation going on that Begley's talking about. So I'm going to go ahead and put it on the screen. Fair use notice. And so just want to just get that to you guys right now, okay? So important. First, we'll get into this. I'm going to get into Begley first and get into the weather report next. So let me go ahead and put him on. And I'm going to scroll through some of it, the advertisement stuff, but I just want to get to the main important message here. I'm not going to play about maybe 10 minutes of it, okay? So I will put the link in the description box because I just got off of a Zoom for 3 hours and I'm kind of taking a break. So let me go ahead and do this now. Mute this out and then let you guys hear what he's saying here. Where's my mute button here? Oh man. Okay, hold on a minute here. Let me go ahead and mute this out.
Get some coffee right now and calm down. Are you serious? Are you serious, guys? We have breaking news just now coming out of Afghanistan that there are 6 planes, I repeat, 6 planes full of Americans and some Afghani interpreters and families, 6 of them sitting on the runway, and the Taliban won't let them leave. They will not let them leave. And we got information now coming from some of the top sources of our government. This is not good. And apparently they're holding them hostage for you know what? I guarantee it. But this is a very dangerous situation. Let me stop right there and put a shout out right now. Hostage is blocking 6 planes with American citizens on there and permanent residents, as well as Afghani interpreters from departing Afghanistan, accusing the militant group of holding these flights and these people as hostage, including the Americans. Congressman Michael McCall, a Republican of Texas, claimed today in an interview that 6 planes have been sitting on the Mazar-i-Sharif International Airport for the last 2 days, sitting on the tarmac. Information that appears to come from the State Department and was emailed to members of Congress, and nobody's saying nothing about it. They've known it for 2 days. But McCall finally said, we got to tell the American public. God bless him, Michael McCall of Texas. He suggests that these flights are being held hostage until the U.S. recognizes the Taliban as the Afghanistan legitimate governing power, as it now controls the vast majority of the country. But the United States officials have so far declined to do so. Well, you might as well. The Biden administration might as well, because you handed them the keys to the kingdom, including billions of dollars of equipment. You left thousands of Americans stranded, and you gave legitimacy to them. Might as well. Let's get these people out of there. The State Department told lawmakers the flights will have permission to depart from Doha, Qatar, where the U.S. has been processing Afghanistan's applying for special immigrant visas, if and when the Taliban agrees to take off. But no, these are sitting in Afghanistan. Now, Marina Legree, the executive director of Ascend, an NGO that offers young women and athletes based in leadership training, told Forbes she knows between 600 and 1,200 people, including 19 U.S. citizens and 2 green card holders, are sitting on those airplanes, but that there's probably more than that on there. But she knows for sure that there's 19 U.S. citizens and 2 green card holders on that plane. And there's probably more than that, but that's one she personally knows. Begley said the group includes female mountaineers, NGO workers, journalists, and women at risk, and that her understanding is the Taliban is negotiating with Afghanistan airline Cam Air over price. In other words, they are holding them ransom. This is all about ransom. And it's been going on, she said, for 6 days. 6 planes for 6 days. Well, how many Taliban are holding them hostage? Probably 6. We probably got 6 Taliban holding 6 planes for 6 days hostage. And who knows? But more and more people are coming, some of whom are not on the manifest, but are paying a bribe to the gatekeepers. Conditions are deteriorating on the planes, you can imagine. And that's how many Americans and Afghani allies have departed Afghanistan since U.S. troops finished their withdrawal from the region last Monday. 0. Not one American has left since the 31st of August. Matter of fact, Glenn Beck is saying that he's not getting any cooperation out of the current administration, and he got 5,000 people. Matter of fact, it was Kenneth Copeland, the Reverend Kenneth Copeland, who gave Glenn Beck 2 airplanes and $15 million to help him get people out of Afghanistan. Guys, this thing is so serious. Thank God the church is, the Christians are now having to work together along with some patriots and some veterans to get these people out. This is what it's come to. This is exactly what it's come to. That's why this morning at Freedom Fellowship in the Big Tent, Pastor Melvin Whittington and myself, we tag teamed. He opened, he preached, and then I preached. We tag teamed. He preached on what's going on. I preached on what's coming. And I'm just going to tell you something. This is why we preached it. Plain talk is easy understood. We want you to understand exactly what's going on. This is a very dangerous time. I want you guys to pray for those 6 plane loads of innocent people. Anything could happen, folks. The Taliban, if they don't get the ransom they want, you never know. They may start pulling people out of the plane, shoot. I think they won't do it. They're killing people every day over there. They're hanging. They're doing it. And so we need to pray.
For the 5th, 2021. Guys, you're looking at satellite images this morning as the sun rises over the Gulf of Mexico. And the system that we've been watching that started to, or tried to form down in the Caribbean and slowly made its way up into the Yucatan Peninsula, is it projected to reemerge into the Bay of Campeche in the southern Gulf of Mexico today, still has a 30% chance of development. And it's projected to move again northward somewhere along southern Louisiana and over towards Florida as far as where it may come ashore. Probably won't be a hurricane, but right now there's still over 700,000 people without power along the Louisiana coast. And gasoline is in short supply. There's lines no matter where you go, waiting hours. Many stores are closed, guys. Gas stations are closed because they just have run out. And when you do find it, they're saying it's hours of sitting there. People are taking containers and gas tanks and coming up into Mississippi and returning back to Louisiana with some gas to run some of the generators, both commercial and relief and individual generators. So it's a bad situation. We saw it with Katrina. It's been a week now, and they're having to move people into cooling zones. The ones in New Orleans are full, and they're actually busing people further north into Louisiana and over into Texas in some areas, just, again, for the cooling centers. Water is being handed out by military there. Looks like National Guard in some of the images I saw. And you got your FEMA is involved. MEMA in Mississippi is involved in southern Mississippi. The reports out of New Orleans is saying that there's a major problem with trash collection right now, and the generators and that handle the pumps, guys. The sewage and things like that have become a major problem there. So our hearts go out to you, all the way from New Orleans, South Mississippi, through southern Louisiana that was hit the hardest. Again, places like Grand Isle were really hit hard. In some areas, all of the telephone poles or light poles are down, cracked, and busted. And then your high transmission lines are still down. So they're talking about maybe by the end of the month having some electricity in certain places. A lot longer than the original estimate of 2 weeks. And I knew there was no way they were going to handle all of those tall towers with transmission lines that actually go across rivers and things like that. As big as they are, once they come down, you don't put them back up in 2 weeks, not 2,000 miles of them. So again, shout out to you guys down there. Hope help get your way very quickly. And this is the 8 p.m. update from this morning, just about 59 minutes ago. And you've got a 30% chance of this thing developing. It's disorganized showers and thunderstorms over portions of Central America and the Yucatan are associated with a surface trough and an upper-level disturbance. Locally heavy rains are likely to continue today over that area. The system is forecast to move northwestward over the southwestern Gulf of Mexico later today, then move slowly northward or northwest eastward over the western or central Gulf of Mexico. Upper-level winds are only expected to be marginally conducive for a tropical cyclone formation. But if you remember in the reports in the last few days, they were talking about it would be very hard for it to develop at first. So these winds, because now they're saying marginally, they are letting up some, these upper-level wind shears. They again, they're expected to be marginally conducive for tropical cyclone formation, but some slow development is possible with the system while it moves across the Gulf of Mexico through the middle of this week. So again, you can see from Louisiana over to the Florida Panhandle, some of the areas that could be affected. Now you got a Cat 3 hurricane in the Atlantic, Larry, 120 mile per hour sustained winds, and pressures 958 millibars. It is moving northwest at 14 miles an hour. It's still expected to curve and glance Bermuda and move north of there towards St. John's area as a powerful storm. Let's take a look at that. Now, this is the wide Atlantic view. And before I forget, South Louisiana, you're under a heat warning today also. And you've had temps 103, 104 heat index. Guys, that is really tough to handle with no electricity, no fans, no air conditioning, anything. People are sitting outside at night trying to cool off, just wishing they could sleep. I read some reports from folks there. But here's Larry, very well defined Cat 3 hurricane right now. It looks like the center may be going through a recycling right now, but you could see overnight how well defined it is. Now let's look at some of the models. Now, one of the good things that I see about this, you got a Cat 3 and it was projected to become a Cat 4, but now they're holding it down to around 120, 125 miles per hour and remain a Cat 3 as it passes Bermuda. Now this track has changed. The center of it was pretty much dead over Bermuda, which is this black dot right there. So everything's moving east in the projections. That's good for both the U.S. and Bermuda because Bermuda does get hit, and this is the month when they usually do it. If you look back over the last few years, they have had their crops decimated this time of the year because of storms. So it has its impacts even though it doesn't hit the U.S. Now, north of there, Newfoundland and that area going up into the Labrador Sea could be a different story. Now, 5 minutes ago, this update came out at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. The models are coming closer together, and they're moving away from Bermuda as far as center. Now, it's a big storm. And even the Navy model, which is right there, had this... it had the path to the left of Bermuda or to the west, but now it's moved over, but it is showing impact in St. John's. The CMC model, Canadian, is showing it missing. Now, both Bermuda and St. John's, you could get a lashing from the east side of the storm, or if the Navy model holds up, you're going to get a direct impact with a Cat 2 hurricane, so be prepared for that. Now, first, this is a Navy model. Again, it just misses as far as the center of circulation. Bermuda, you're going to get some outgoing gust and some weather here right there around the 10th of September. And then it comes into St. John's, crosses the Labrador Sea right here. Watch this. That's around the 12th, moves into the North Atlantic. The Canadian model is similar, but it again shows less land impact. Now, the Canadian model is very similar. It's just a little further east. There's Bermuda right there, and then it barely scrapes the side of St. John's in that area. And there's another system right behind it. You notice as this comes up. There again around the 10th here, and then a system pulls off right there and follows just another small low pressure system. And by this chance, by this time, a completely different system is showing in the models coming actually from the Pacific across the Mexican peninsula right here into the Gulf of Mexico. It's just telling us that we're still in an active season 5 days from the peak. Guys, we're watching it, and we're going to watch the satellites in the Gulf of Mexico throughout the day to see what this thing does as it reemerges. It's a heads up. Be safe.
Okay, guys, that's it. I'm not doing anything else. I just wanted this to get out, okay? You'll see me on another video probably tomorrow, most likely tomorrow, Tuesday. So I'm just keeping watch of things. So please share this video and get it out there, because we need prayers. We need prayers for all from all the people. So please be praying for the nations, people. It's time to pray, pray, pray like never before. So I'm going to see you. Just going to say shalom, shalom. I love you guys so much. Please get this out. Thank you so much for watching. Shalom.